Have you ever had this moment? Monday morning, you meet someone at work, or at school, or in your English class, and they ask you, "How was your weekend?"
Oh, yes. That question sounds easy, but sometimes my mind goes blank.
Yes, you want to answer naturally, but maybe you only say good or fine.
Exactly. I always say, it was good, and then the conversation stops.
Today, let's change that. Today, we will practice one of the most useful questions in daily English. How was your weekend?
That sounds useful because people really ask this question.
Yes, this is not textbook English. This is real-life English. People use it on Monday. They use it with coworkers. They use it with friends. They use it in small talk.
Small talk means a short, friendly conversation, right?
Exactly. Small talk means simple conversation about everyday things. The weather, your weekend, food, work, family, a movie, a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Small talk looks small, but it can make people feel comfortable.
I like that. Small talk is small, but it can open a door.
Beautiful. Welcome to Candy English Podcast. I'm Candy.
I'm Yang.
Today's topic is, how is your weekend? We will learn how to answer this question naturally. We will also learn how to ask follow-up questions.
Right. Follow-up questions.
A follow-up question means one more question after someone answers. For example, how was your weekend? It was nice. Oh, what did you do? That second question is a follow-up question.
So it helps the conversation continue.
Exactly. Today, we will use easy English, and we will talk about small weekend stories. Story 1. A quiet weekend at home.
I like quiet weekends.
Me too. Let's start with a very simple answer. Yang, ask me.
Okay, how was your weekend, Candy?
It was nice. I stayed home and relaxed.
That sounds peaceful.
Yes, this answer is short, but it is already better than only saying good. Listen again. It was nice. I stayed home and relaxed.
I can use that. It was nice. I stayed home and relaxed.
Good. Now let's make it a little warmer.
How was your weekend, Candy?
It was really nice. I stayed home, cleaned my room, and watched a movie. I needed a quiet day.
That sounds very natural, and I understand all of it.
Good. Needed means you felt it was necessary. For example, I needed a quiet day. It means my body and my mind wanted a quiet day.
Ah, I understand. Sometimes I need a quiet day. Not because I am lazy, because I am tired.
Exactly. Rest is not laziness. Rest is care.
That is a good message.
Yes. Now let's practice. Yang, your turn. How was your weekend?
It was nice. I stayed home and relaxed. I watched a movie.
Great. What movie did you watch?
I watched an old movie. I had already seen it before, but I wanted to watch it again.
That is very natural, and that is a good weekend story. You can say, I watched an old movie. I had already seen it before, but I wanted to watch it again.
That sounds like real English.
Yes. Now, one useful phrase is, I took it easy.
I took it easy. What does that mean?
Good question. I took it easy means I did not do too much. I relaxed. I moved slowly. I rested. For example, I took it easy this weekend.
So I can say, my weekend was nice. I took it easy.
Perfect. That is a very natural answer. Now, story 2, a busy weekend.
Oh, this is also real life. Sometimes weekends are not relaxing.
Exactly. Many people think weekends are for rest, but sometimes weekends are full of things to do. Laundry, shopping, cleaning, family events, homework, part-time jobs?
And then Monday comes too fast.
Yes, Monday can be rude.
Monday knocks on the door and says, "Hello, I'm back."
Too soon. Okay, let's practice a busy weekend answer. Yang, ask me.
How was your weekend?
It was good, but a little busy. I did laundry, went grocery shopping, and cleaned the house.
That is very useful.
Yes, let's explain 2 words. Laundry means washing clothes. You can say, I did laundry. Grocery shopping means shopping for food and daily things. You can say, I went grocery shopping.
So I did laundry, I went grocery shopping, I cleaned the house.
Exactly.
How was your weekend?
It was good, but a little busy. I did laundry and went grocery shopping, but on Sunday evening I had tea and finally relaxed.
I like finally.
Yes, finally means after waiting, after working, or after a long time. For example, I finally relaxed. I finally finished my homework. I finally cleaned my room.
So it has a feeling of relief.
Yes, relief means you feel better after stress. But relief may be a little difficult. So in easy words, relief means, now I feel better. Exactly. English has words, but sometimes the heart says, ah.
That is true.
Now, Yang, tell me about a busy weekend. How was your weekend?
It was good, but a little busy. I did laundry, I cleaned my room, and I went grocery shopping.
Nice. Did you relax at all?
Yes, on Sunday evening, I had coffee and listened to music. I finally relaxed.
Beautiful. That is a complete answer. Now we have a simple pattern. It was good, but a little busy. I did laundry. I cleaned my room. I finally relaxed.
Very useful.
Story 3. A weekend with family.
Many learners want to talk about family, but sometimes they do not know simple words.
Yes, let's use easy words. Family, parents, children, grandparents, cousins, relatives.
Relatives. That word is a little difficult.
Yes, relatives means family members outside your close family. For example, your aunt, your uncle, your cousins, your grandparents. They are relatives.
So, relatives means people in your family group.
Exactly. Now ask me.
How was your weekend?
It was lovely. I visited my parents and had lunch with them. We talked for a long time.
That is warm.
Yes, lovely means very nice and pleasant. Pleasant means it feels good. But in daily conversation, you can just remember lovely means very nice.
Yes, men can say lovely too.
Yes, but some people use nice more often. You can say it was nice, it was really nice, it was lovely. All are okay.
Good.
Now, let's add one small detail.
How was your weekend?
It was lovely. I visited my parents and had lunch with them. My mother made soup. It was simple, but it made me happy.
That is a small story.
Yes, and small stories are powerful. You do not need a big event. You do not need to say, I traveled to Paris.
That would be nice, though.
Of course, but everyday English is often about small things. Soup, a walk, a phone call, a clean room, a quiet morning.
That is encouraging, because my weekend is usually simple.
Simple is good. Simple is real. Now, Yang, your turn. How was your weekend?
It was nice. I visited my sister, we had lunch together, we talked about work and family.
Great. What did you eat?
We ate pasta. It was simple but good.
Very natural. Now, a follow-up question. When someone says, I visited my sister, you can ask, "Oh, that sounds nice. What did you do together?"
Oh, that sounds nice. What did you do together?
Perfect! That question feels friendly. It is not too personal.
Too personal means too private, right?
Exactly. Personal means about someone's private life. A question can be friendly, but if it is too personal, it may feel uncomfortable.
So, weekend questions are good small talk, but we should ask gently.
Yes, a good conversation is like a soft bridge. You do not push, you invite.
I love that.
Story 4. A weekend outside.
Like going for a walk?
Yes, a walk is one of the easiest weekend topics. You can say, I went for a walk, I went to the park, I spent time outside.
Spent time means used time?
Yes, spend time means to use time doing something. For example, I spent time with my family. I spent time at home. I spent time outside.
I hear this phrase a lot.
Yes, it is very useful. Now ask me.
How was your weekend?
It was refreshing. I went for a walk in the park. The weather was nice and I felt better.
Refreshing.
Yes, refreshing means it makes you feel new, clean, or better. For example, a walk can be refreshing. Cold water can be refreshing. A good sleep can be refreshing.
So, my weekend was refreshing. I went for a walk.
Exactly. But if refreshing feels difficult, you can say, it was nice. I went for a walk and I felt better.
That is easier.
Yes. Remember, easy English is powerful. You do not need difficult words to sound natural.
That is important. Some learners think difficult words are better.
Yes, but real conversation is not a vocabulary test. Real conversation is connection.
Connection means people feel close.
Exactly. Connection means a warm feeling between people. When you talk, listen, and understand each other, you have connection.
I like that. English is not only grammar, it is connection.
Yes. Now, Yang, tell me, how was your weekend?
It was refreshing. I went for a walk near the river. The weather was sunny. I felt calm.
Beautiful. Calm means quiet inside, not nervous, not busy in your mind.
Calm. I need that word.
Many of us do. Now let's practice follow-up questions for outside activities. If someone says, I went for a walk, you can ask, where did you go? Was the weather nice? Did you go alone? Did you enjoy it?
These are easy. Where did you go? Was the weather nice? Did you enjoy it?
Perfect. Story 5. A weekend with a problem.
Oh, sometimes weekends are not good.
Yes, and we need English for that too. Not every weekend is amazing. Sometimes we are tired. Sometimes we feel lonely. Sometimes plans change. Sometimes the weather is bad.
How can I answer without sounding too negative?
Good question. You can be honest, but simple. For example, it was okay. I was a little tired, so I stayed home.
That sounds natural.
Yes, or it was not bad. I had some things to do, but I got some rest.
It was not bad means okay?
Yes, it means it was not wonderful, but it was okay. Very common English.
Can I say it was so-so?
You can, but so-so can sound a little flat. In conversation, many people say, it was okay, it was not bad, it was fine. Let's practice. Yang, ask me.
How was your weekend?
It was okay. I was a little tired, so I stayed home, but I got some rest.
That is gentle.
Yes, got some rest means you rested a little. You can say, I got some rest, I got a little rest, I needed some rest.
I like this phrase.
Now, I will ask you, how was your weekend, Yang?
It was okay. I was a little tired. I stayed home, but I got some rest.
Good. I'm glad you got some rest.
That feels warm.
Yes, when someone says they were tired, you do not need to give advice quickly. Sometimes the best answer is simple kindness.
Like, I'm glad you got some rest.
Exactly. Or, I hope you feel better now.
I hope you feel better now.
Very good. Story 6. A weekend with friends.
This is also useful.
Yes, let's learn natural phrases. I met a friend. I hung out with friends. I had dinner with a friend.
Hung out means spent time together?
Exactly. Hang out means to spend relaxed time with someone. For example, I hung out with my friends. We just talked, we had coffee, we walked around.
Is hang out casual?
Yes, it is casual and friendly. With your boss, maybe say, I met some coworkers. With close friends, you can say, I hung out with friends.
Good to know.
Now you ask me.
How was your weekend?
It was fun. I hung out with a friend. We had coffee and talked for hours.
For hours. That means a long time?
Yes, for hours means for many hours. It shows that the conversation was long. Maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, maybe more.
Sometimes a long talk with a friend gives me energy.
It gave me energy.
It gave me energy.
Beautiful phrase. Now let's make a small story.
How was your weekend, Candy?
It was fun. I met an old friend. We had coffee and talked for hours. We laughed a lot. It gave me energy.
That is a great answer.
Yes, notice the flow. First, feeling. It was fun. Then action, I met an old friend. Then details, we had coffee and talked for hours. Then heart, it gave me energy.
Feeling, action, details, heart.
Exactly. That is a wonderful pattern. You can use it again and again.
Let me try.
How was your weekend?
It was fun. I met my friend, we had ramen and talked for hours. We laughed a lot. It gave me energy.
Excellent. Very natural and a little delicious.
Ramen helps English.
Maybe ramen helps everything.
I agree.
Story 7. A weekend with nothing special.
This is my favorite because sometimes nothing special happens.
Yes, and this is very important. Many learners think, I have nothing to say, but you can still answer naturally.
How?
Nothing special, but it was nice.
Nothing special, but it was nice.
Yes, or I didn't do much, but I enjoyed it.
I didn't do much, but I enjoyed it.
Very natural. Didn't do much means you did only a few things. You were not busy. Maybe you stayed home. Maybe you watched videos. Maybe you slept.
Can I say I just relaxed?
Yes, very natural. For example, nothing special. I just relaxed at home.
That is easy.
Let's practice. Yang, ask me.
How was your weekend?
Nothing special, but it was nice. I didn't do much. I just relaxed at home.
That answer is very useful.
Yes, and if you want to continue, add one small detail. I made breakfast. I watched a drama. I called my friend. I read a few pages of a book.
A few pages. That sounds honest.
Yes, you do not need to finish a whole book. A few pages are enough. Life is not a competition.
That feels comforting.
Good. Now, Yang, your turn. How was your weekend?
Nothing special, but it was nice. I didn't do much. I just relaxed at home. I watched the drama.
Nice. What drama did you watch?
A science fiction drama.
Of course.
Of course.
Now let's talk about asking the question. You can ask, how was your weekend? What did you do over the weekend? Did you do anything fun? Did you have a good weekend?
Are they all the same?
Almost. How was your weekend asks about feeling. Good, busy, relaxing, fun. What did you do over the weekend asks about action. Did you go somewhere? Did you meet someone? Did you stay home? Did you do anything fun is friendly and casual. Did you have a good weekend is very common too.
So I can choose one.
Yes, the most useful one is, how was your weekend?
How was your weekend?
Perfect. Now, how do we answer? There are many simple answers. It was great. It was nice. It was relaxing. It was busy. It was okay. It was not bad. Nothing special, but it was nice.
I like nothing special, but it was nice.
Me too. It sounds honest and peaceful. Now, let's practice a longer conversation. I will be a coworker. Yang, you answer.
Okay.
Hi, Yang. How was your weekend?
It was nice. I stayed home and relaxed.
That sounds good. Did you do anything fun?
Yes, I watched a movie and cooked dinner.
Nice. What did you cook?
I cooked curry. It was simple but good.
That sounds delicious.
Thank you. How was your weekend, Candy?
It was good, but a little busy. I cleaned the house and went grocery shopping, but on Sunday evening, I finally relaxed.
I'm glad you got some rest.
Thank you. That was excellent.
That felt like a real conversation.
Yes, because you answered. Then you asked me back. This is very important. After you answer, ask the other person.
So I should not only answer.
Right. Conversation is like tennis. One person sends the ball, the other person sends it back.
English tennis.
Exactly. No racket needed.
Good.
Here is the easy pattern. Question, how was your weekend? Answer, it was nice. Small detail, I stayed home and relaxed. Ask back, how about you?
How about you?
Very useful. You can also say, what about you?
What about you?
Both are okay. How about you sounds very natural. Now let's practice another conversation. This time, your weekend was busy.
Okay.
How was your weekend?
It was good, but a little busy. I did laundry and cleaned my room.
Sounds productive.
Productive?
Good catch. Productive means you did useful things. For example, cleaning, studying, working, organizing your room. If your weekend was productive, you did useful things.
So it was a productive weekend.
Yes, but for A2 learners, you can simply say, I did many things.
That is easier.
Exactly. Now continue.
It was good, but a little busy. I did laundry and cleaned my room, but I felt good after that. How about you?
Nice. My weekend was relaxing. I went for a walk and read a book.
That sounds refreshing.
Excellent. You used refreshing perfectly. Now let's practice one more. This time, the weekend was not great.
Okay.
How was your weekend?
It was okay. I was a little tired, so I stayed home, but I got some rest. How about you?
It was nice. I visited my family.
That sounds lowly.
Very good. You answered honestly, but you did not make the conversation too heavy.
Too heavy means too serious or too sad?
Exactly. Heavy can mean emotionally difficult. Sometimes we want to be honest, but in small talk, we usually keep it light.
Keep it light.
Yes, keep it light means do not make it too serious. For example, it was okay, I was a little tired, but I got some rest. That is honest and light.
I understand.
Now, let's talk about common mistakes. Mistake 1, only saying good.
I do that.
Many people do. It is not wrong.
but it can stop the conversation. Better, it was good. I went for a walk. How about you?
Add one detail.
Yes. Mistake 2. Using only play. Some learners say, I played with my friends, but for adults, this can sound like children.
Oh, what should I say?
I met my friends. I hung out with my friends. I spent time with my friends.
Good. I met my friends. I hung out with my friends. I spent time with my friends.
Perfect. Mistake 3. Saying too much too fast.
Because we want to explain everything.
Yes, but you do not need to tell the whole weekend. Just 1 or 2 details are enough. For example, it was nice. I visited my sister and had lunch with her. How about you?
Short.
Exactly. Now let's learn useful weekend verbs. Stayed, went, visited, met, watched, cooked, cleaned, relaxed, read, slept, listened, walked.
These are all useful.
Yes, let's make sentences. I stayed home. I went to the park. I visited my parents. I met a friend. I watched a movie. I cooked dinner. I cleaned my room. I relaxed at home. I read a book. I slept a lot. I listened to music. I walked by the river.
I can talk about my weekend with these verbs.
Yes, that is the point. You do not need many words. You need useful words.
Useful words are better than difficult words.
Exactly. Now let's make 5 easy weekend answers. Number 1, it was relaxing. I stayed home and watched a movie.
It was relaxing. I stayed home and watched a movie.
Number 2, it was busy. I cleaned the house and went grocery shopping.
It was busy. I cleaned the house and went grocery shopping.
Number 3, it was fun. I met a friend and had coffee.
It was fun. I met a friend and had coffee.
Number 4, it was refreshing. I went for a walk in the park.
It was refreshing. I went for a walk in the park.
Number 5, nothing special, but it was nice. I just relaxed at home.
Nothing special, but it was nice. I just relaxed at home.
Excellent. Now here is a small story. Monday morning, a woman named Mina walks into her office. She feels a little nervous. She is learning English. Her coworker, Emma, smiles and says, "Good morning, Mina. How was your weekend?" Mina wants to answer. Before, she always said good. Then she stopped. But this time, she remembers one simple pattern: feeling, action, detail, ask back. So Mina smiles and says, "It was nice. I stayed home and watched a movie. How about you?" Emma smiles. "Oh, nice. Mine was busy but good." And the conversation continues.
That is a small moment, but it feels important.
Yes, because Mina did not need perfect English. She needed one useful sentence.
And courage.
Yes, courage means doing something even when you feel nervous. Mina had courage. Not big courage, small courage.
Small courage is enough.
Yes, very often, small courage changes your day. You say one sentence, you ask one question, you smile, and suddenly English becomes a little more human.
That is beautiful.
Now another small story. A man named Ken works in a small cafe. One Monday, a customer says, "How was your weekend?" Ken is surprised. He usually only takes orders: coffee, tea, sandwiches. But this customer is friendly. Ken answers, "It was relaxing. I went for a walk with my dog." The customer says, "Oh, that sounds nice. What kind of dog?" Ken smiles.
For 1 minute, they talk about dogs. Just 1 minute. But Ken feels happy.
Because someone saw him as a person.
Exactly. Small talk can do that. It says, you are not only a worker, you are a person. You had a weekend. You have a life.
That is very warm.
Yes, that is why this simple question matters. How was your weekend is not just grammar. It is care.
I will remember that.
Now, let's review. Key sentence number 1. How was your weekend?
How was your weekend?
Use it on Monday. Use it with coworkers, friends, classmates, or neighbors. Key sentence number 2. It was nice. I stayed home and relaxed.
It was nice. I stayed home and relaxed.
It was good, but a little busy. I did laundry and went grocery shopping.
It was good, but a little busy. I did laundry and went grocery shopping.
It was fun. I met a friend and had coffee.
It was fun. I met a friend and had coffee.
Nothing special, but it was nice. I just relaxed at home.
Nothing special, but it was nice. I just relaxed at home.
How about you?
How about you?
This is very important. After you answer, ask back. It keeps the conversation going.
Conversation is like tennis.
Exactly. Now, useful follow-up questions. What did you do?
What did you do?
Did you do anything fun?
Did you do anything fun?
Where did you go?
Where did you go?
Who did you go with?
Who did you go with?
Did you enjoy it?
Did you enjoy it?
Great. Now let's review difficult words from today. Small talk.
Small talk means short, friendly conversation about everyday things.
Follow-up question.
A follow-up question means one more question after someone answers.
I took it easy.
It means I relaxed and did not do too much.
Laundry.
Laundry means washing clothes.
Grocery shopping.
Grocery shopping means shopping for food and daily things.
Refreshing.
Refreshing means it makes you feel better or new.
Hang out.
Hang out means spend relaxed time with someone.
Connection.
Connection means a warm feeling between people.
Courage.
Courage means doing something even when you feel nervous.
Excellent. Before we finish, remember this. Your weekend does not have to be special. Your English does not have to be perfect. A simple sentence can be enough. It was nice. I stayed home. I went for a walk. I met a friend. How about you? These small sentences can make a warm conversation.
And a warm conversation can make a cold Monday feel better.
Exactly. That is the quiet power of everyday English. It helps us connect. It helps us smile. It helps us feel less alone.
Next Monday, I want to try. I will ask someone, "How was your weekend?"
Wonderful. And if you feel nervous, start small. One question, one answer, one smile. That is enough.
Small courage.
Small courage. Thank you for listening to Candy English Podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe so you don't miss future episodes.
And try this question this week. How was your weekend?
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
A candy petal on the breeze, a whispered hope among the trees. They say that dreams come true.